It's Eli. It's been a while. Um, I kind of just want to update you guys about what's been going on. I haven't made a video in a while because things went to hell in a handbag right before Christmas for my family. My father-in-law, who's recently diagnosed with leukemia, ended up being told that it was progressing way more than they originally thought, and so they needed to put him into the hospital quicker than they thought. It was originally going to be around the first of the year. They ended up putting him in 3 or 4 days before Christmas. He got admitted to the hospital. So the whole holiday season was just chaos. My wife is an only child, so obviously, it's really hard on her. And then I'm pretty close to my father-in-law, and my daughter's getting really close to my father-in-law. So, other than that, updates about me. Saw a new doctor today. Well, saw a doctor today. Just got set up at the first of the year with health insurance for my family after our, because we moved in October. I don't know how much you guys remember from my other videos. The doctor was awesome. He was recommended to me by a guy I met at this T-Men group, and told me he was really trans friendly, which he is. He is super knowledgeable, and if he's not, then he's willing to find out, and he's willing to learn. So he saw me today, and I talked to him a lot about my transgender issues and what I was looking for out of things. Just kind of a once over, meet the doctor, just getting set up with health insurance stuff. But as I mentioned in a previous video, I also have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Long story, complicated thing. If you want to look it up, just Google search PCOS. Anyways, he doesn't know a lot about it because he's not an OBGYN, but he knew a guy who happened to be in the building today for some talk or conference or something, so he brought him in, and the three of us chatted, and it was really informative, and it was really helpful because I could talk about my PCOS issues and my transgender issues and kind of how they related. You know, worried about if dealing with my PCOS, that if I was going to lose any of my masculinity that I already have with my facial hair and stuff, and as far as like hysterectomy because of the PCOS and stuff, the OBGYN was on board with a hysterectomy. My doctor wanted me to take some time to think about it, and obviously talk to my partner and think about like a timeline as to when we were looking to do this. But he can refer me to a trans-friendly OBGYN if I am interested. The other thing was that the specialist also explained to me like some ways that we can help to get my weight down, because the PCOS adds a lot of weight to me. The main way would be metformin. It's this drug which usually used to treat diabetes, but I guess PCOS and diabetes mirror each other in a lot of ways, and so this drug has worked wonders for people with PCOS. The only problem with metformin is that he knows that it can counteract my testosterone levels, which he knows that it's a big thing for me. So he recommended putting me on testosterone injections, which of course at that moment I'm jumping inside because I thought this would be, months down the road. I've only had a couple of counseling sessions, so I really thought it would be months down the road. He talked to me, but then my doctor talked to me about the transgender side of things and how he is willing to write me a prescription for testosterone, but he does follow I don't remember the guy's name, standard of care, Harvey or Harry. If you know it, put it down there, please. I'd love to know it. I can't remember it, but he follows that standard of care that says, letter from your therapist to start testosterone and that kind of stuff. So he wants me to I have an appointment next week. He wants me to talk to my therapist about getting my T letter as soon as next week, and he'll start me on T as soon as possible. Because I told him how I had been mostly living as male for 7 or 8 months, but really androgynous for a lot of my life, because I've never identified as female. And we talked, as much as I would talk to my therapist about things, I kind of talked to him about things, and I think that that's really key, talking to him about so much stuff, because he's able to better understand it, and we're able to move forward in my care better. But so he was totally awesome about it. I'm going to email him next week after my therapy session and talked to them about getting my T letter and explained to them, my doctor's on board and everything, and if all goes well, I could be starting T in a week or two. We did blood work today. Oh, look, you can see. I have no idea if you guys can even see this, but I have a little poke mark right here. The guy in the lab was kind of funny, but different story, another time. But yeah, I did my blood work because I had been fasting because I have experience the first time you go to doctors. Sometimes they just like to get your blood work just to know where you stand with life, health, basically. So I had been fasting, so he took my blood, and so we're on track for that. And if we start metformin, that drug soon to help with my weight, then we will start the T injections as long as I get my letter. Things are turning around. I mean, my family's been in upheaval. We've had a lot of shit going on. Things have been really rough lately, but at the same point we do have our highlights, and this is a big highlight for me. It's something that I really need. Starting my savings account for my top surgery, because it's way more of a concern for me. I mean, yes, I want T, and especially if I start the metformin, I want T because I don't want to lose what I have at this point. I keep stroking my facial hair. But I can pass at some points. I pass way more when I'm binding super tight, almost too tight. There are other people out there that have done it. Don't knock me. You don't have to lecture me. I mean, if you need to put some advice down there, whatever, but you don't have to lecture me because I know. But we all know that sometimes it's all that can get us through a day with our depression, our dysphoria. So, but top surgery is a way bigger issue for me because my chest is so big. It doesn't matter what people hear from my voice or what they see on my face. They say ma'am all the time, and it's depressing and it pisses me off, and I go through a gamut of emotions. So, sorry, excuse me. Other than that, update about my life. I've been working out more. I actually traded in some stuff at GameStop. I don't know if you're overseas. I'll explain to you what GameStop is. Anyways, I traded in some stuff at GameStop, and I got a Active 2 for the Wii, and it comes with like the armband and the leg band that you can track your heart rate, and it tracks your movement, and literally it's a kick-ass workout. Like, I was doing basketball lunges and jump shots and stuff, and mountain biking. You like run to go uphill, and you do squats, and it's super badass. And I broke a sweat. I just got that, and I'm trying to get on screensaver. I'm trying to get on a habit of doing that every so often. And also, we have our Y membership, so when my girlfriend gets out tonight, we're going to the Y. Her and my daughter might go swimming. I love swimming. I love it. I can't bind while I'm swimming. I'm too big-chested, and when I bind while trying to swim, I can't breathe, and so all I do is just sit there in the water. And I like to be in the water, and I like to do stuff. So I haven't found a good way for myself to feel comfortable in the water yet, and so I won't probably be going swimming tonight, but my daughter and my wife will, and I'll watch them, and I will go and do some exercise bike and probably walk some laps and stuff. I'm hoping to lose enough weight. I've always wanted to run and do some more running, but it takes so much out of me so quickly that I don't get any other exercising done if I run at this point. So I would love to hear from other guys who are heavier or who were heavier or who just struggle with their weight or know a lot about exercise. If you could leave me a video response showing me some tips or write a tip down there. It's really just a major part of my life right now is trying to get my diet in line and trying to lose weight, and just anything that you can do that would help me, to motivate me, or that would give me tips to help me lose weight. My biggest trouble is getting started, and once I've gotten started, it goes a little easier, but I gotta go. I know that this won't let me upload if it's over 10 minutes, so peace, guys.